Hi, my name is Christina and I'm the owner and operator here at Derby Empire. Since I've opened, I've gotten a lot of questions on how do I swap out wheels and how do I swap out my bearings. So let's head on over to the bench and check it out. Obviously we need skates with wheels and bearings. You can already have your other wheels or your other bearings that you want to use. For the purposes of this demo though, we're just gonna take these apart and put them back together. Things you need, a 1/2-inch socket or any standard skate tool. This is the elephant wrench. This is for your axle nut, but also for your kingpin nut as well. Some of them even come with toe stop wrenches or Allen keys or Allen wrenches. So depending on what your skate needs, I would get a tool that can satisfy all of the components on your skate. A bearing puller. Here's a nice, simple, lightweight, easy to pack bearing puller. And here's a bearing puller / bearing press. So we'll get into all of this in just a minute. So the first thing we're gonna do is take everything off. I'll just take it off with my ratchet to be easier. And then here's using a tool, a skate tool. It's nice, this one has this leverage on it so you can spin it. Dun, dun, dun. Here we go. Take off your other 2 wheels and set everything aside and get ready to pull the bearings out. There is a little notch right here. And this little notch is gonna grab the bearing. It's gonna grab the bearing on this inner ring right here. Grab that inner ring, it'll pull the bearing out. Done. So that's using a bearing press. Using your to-go tool here, this has a press here. Gets in there, it gets locked in, and then just using pure muscle, pull it apart. On the other side. Okay, so there we go, everything is out. We're gonna grab our new bearings or our new wheels or whatever and put everything back together. Here is using your bearing press. We just put the bearing on, put the wheel on, and put the other bearing on, and press it together. And I like to give it some spins. Spin, just to make sure it's seated in there evenly. Ta-da, and then I'll take it out. I'm gonna look straight down. I'm gonna spin it. I'm gonna look for any wobble on this line right here. That looks good. I'll set that aside. So let's say we're out and about and we're changing everything out and we don't have a bearing press with us. Here's how you do it, just using the axles on your skate, both on there, and then turn the wheel upside down. I like to do this side first because it's the hardest. Press it on there. So the reason I put both of them on there, you can see just how close the wheel is to my truck right here. So if I had only done one bearing, I wouldn't have been able to put both bearings on there. So, and the reason I use bearings to put bearings on is to make sure I'm putting even pressure on the bearing and I'm not damaging that removable ring. So if this bearing cover gets bent or damaged, it'll impede the flow or the roll of the bearing. I'm gonna show you the other side so you can see the bearings. So there, if any type of metal or if this surface is bent at all, it's gonna slow down these bearings that are in there. You can see some of this damage right here. Somebody smashed it or I don't know, but it's been smashed. If I try and spin it, it does not free spin very well. This is an example of a free spinning bearing. This is what we want, it's right there. Now you just flip the wheel over. Now the other side has been set. And then we grab our nuts. tighten everything back down. So this is still too loose. This in and out. You don't want this wiggle. Tighten it down, lift. So I don't have any wiggle and I have free spin. That's what we're looking for. This one's too tight, so we're just gonna back off. Free spin. Just a bit of wiggle, which is fine. You can skate on it, but for me, I find it annoying. There we go.